Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back on the Sports Mag on Espresso Live. Today we are here with Julien Lenglet. Julien Lenglet has just won the Tanna Rally. It was organized by the Vanuatu Rally Championship, along with the different sponsors. There were the Vanuatu Tourism Office, the naming sponsor Titan FX, and also Reactor from Vanuatu Beverage, and other sponsors as well.
Vodafone, yeah.
Vodafone Vanuatu, yes. So, good afternoon, Julien. How are you?
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. I think in Vanuatu, a lot of people know me. So my name is Julien Lenglet. Born here in Vanuatu, or New Hebrides at the time, in '77. Studied here, went to France, and then came back and started basically Top Signs back in 2002. So I own and run and manage Top Signs, along with 26 staff at the moment. But we're here today to talk about the rally, which is one of my passion. Since a kid, I've always loved it. I've had motorbikes, I've had little toys in shapes of cars, and I was running down golf course.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it goes back a long way. And I think my first ever rally was back in 1998 here in Vanuatu. So yeah, we can say it's 27 years.
27 years?
No, 24 years.
24 years. Okay, so and then you have also participated in some regional championship?
You mean here in Vanuatu?
Locally, I mean Pacific or Asia?
Yeah, I've entered the APRC, which is Asia Pacific Rally Championship. That was back in 2005. Basically hired a car from a Japanese owner who was based in New Zealand, the team, and I did Volcano Rally that year. I think I finished first in my class, which was Group A in two-wheel drive.
Really?
Yeah.
That was, what year was it?
2005.
2005,
yeah. Oh. And I was something like 16 or 24 overall over the whole
and
rally.
In New Zealand?
Yeah, in New Zealand, it was pretty good. In the APRC. And that same year, after New Zealand, we went to New Caledonia in Noumea for the same rally, which is Round of the Pacific. And I managed to finish 9 overall and first in class again.
Oh.
Yeah. Following that, the year after, I bought a first four-wheel drive car, a Subaru Impreza, and I entered the Championship of New Caledonia. I did Poya in March, I think, or May 2006. Finished third overall, which was quite good for me because it was quite a big experience and something new to compete overseas. And after that, I was supposed to do the APRC, but I rolled my car at testing only 3 days before the event.
Oh,
so it was a big disappointment. It was my mistake. And the boys, the team, managed to rebuild the car very, very quickly. We entered the rally with a lot less dynamic, a lot less power, a lot less motivation. And the result was really not that good. No, I can't remember what it was, but it was probably 9 or 10 overall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, and then, yeah, you participate also when the ACPV started doing championship in Vanuatu. So the first one was at Devil's Point.
Oof, the rally goes back a long, long time ago. Before my time, there was the Rally des Mille Vaches through the Automobile Club of Port Vila. And then I actually was heavily involved in relaunching the rally in Vanuatu. But we're talking back 1996 or 1997.
Okay.
Yeah, just a group of friends just playing on the weekend at Devil's Point in the quarry over there. And then there was one guy, then a second guy, and then a third. And then we said, oh, we should start doing rallies again. That's how it all started again.
Yeah, so yeah, during those last years, you had what, 1 or 2 races per year?
Yeah, so we had up to 4 rallies a year maximum. But it was always hard because it was always the same people organizing, and sometimes we only had 1 event per year.
Yeah.
Just lack of people helping to organize. But I'm talking back in 2000 and probably 14, 15.
Yeah, since 2018, I mean, you were more regular.
Yes.
2 or 3 events per year.
Yeah.
So, and this one, this year, I mean, the ACPV then changed with the new president Nelson and the vice president Victor, so they changed the name to Vanuatu Rally Championship.
Yep, this is correct. Yeah. So Nelson Law took over last year and became president of the rally club. He sort of changed from ACPV, Automobile Club of Port Vila, to Vanuatu Rally Championship. The idea was to try and bring something new.
Yeah, some new vision.
New vision, try and bring us more close to the WRC, the World Rally Championship, which is great. So him and his vice president, Victor Coricalo, did a huge job organizing all that. And one of the things we've always wanted to do was compete or do a rally on Tanna. And we put that in his head right at the start, and he took on the challenge and he did it really, really well.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a big event. Nobody has, no other rally championship has organized something that close.
No.
I mean, the racetrack really on the base of the volcano.
It is unique. It is very unique. Worldwide, there's no other places where you can enter or take part in a rally on an active volcano.
Yes.
You know, it's unique. No other words, but it is magic. When you're there, you can feel the vibration, you can feel all the earth moving.
Oh, yes.
And it's more than that. It's the culture, it's the respect of the people through the traditional coutume in French, customs. Yeah, the whole experience was just magic.
Yeah, and I mean, I was there down with you too, so I had the chance to come down with all the rally participants and follow you guys along the week, and it was really, I mean, I didn't expect this much of people. I know it was going to be something big, but I didn't expect this much of people. I mean, people were really looking forward to the race.
I think we all got surprised. Like, we knew it was going to be magnificent. We knew there was going to be a decent crowd, but when we rocked up there the first morning, it was just people everywhere.
People everywhere.
They were there before us, and they were still coming and coming and coming. It was not ending. So I don't know how many thousands of people were actually there. It's hard to say or hard to count, but 5,000 people probably would be close to reality, I would say. It was quite big.
And it was great because you just have to find a well-elevated position to see the whole racetrack and all the people, like so mamas with their kids bringing the food, the mats, and sitting down watching all the rally go around. And it was, I think it was really successful. But concerning the driving, I mean, it was a different, how can you say that, terrain?
Yeah, very different to what we used to. We normally drive on gravel road, but that's sort of prepared in very hard surface with good grip on it. And this time it was like driving on sand. I've never driven in the Sahara or any of the desert, but when you look at videos, it just looks like that. It just looks like we were doing Paris-Dakar on a volcano.
With the dust all over.
Dust everywhere, getting really hard, difficulties to go around sharp corners because the surface was so soft. The mechanical, like the engines were suffering.
Yeah, that was what I was going to ask you. I mean, the challenge your mechanical team faced.
So that as soon as we did the first stage, I said to the friends over there and some of the drivers, I said, look, this rally is different. This rally is about getting to the end and finish. I said, it's not about driving fast and be the fastest. It's about finishing the rally because it's going to be very hard on the gears and the mechanical, like on the engine.
Yeah. So I think it was on 10 rally cars, only 5 made it to the end.
That's correct. Yeah, 10 entry, only 5 finished, and even the 5th one, he blew his diff and the gearbox on the last stage. So he managed to finish and get out.
Jean-Jacques.
No, this was Arnaud Russet.
Arnaud, oh yes.
If there would have been another stage after that, we would have been only 4 finishing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he just finished the 10th, the last stage of the the 16th stage, the last stage of the second day. But he blew his diff halfway through the stage.
And still managed to come third.
Yeah.
So you were the first. How is it to win that Rally Tanna? I mean, the way you have prepared yourself and getting into it, getting through the week, the whole preparation, and getting into the race. How was it? And at the end, how did you feel?
Felt really, really good to be first, and to even just finishing the rally, getting to the end was already a pleasure. And then, yeah, knowing that I was leading by quite a lot on the end of the first day, so that made it comfortable for the second day. Funny enough, my van never made it to Tanna. I had a van with all my spare parts,
Oh, really?
all my tools, my fuel, everything got left behind in Vila. So that made me pace myself as well. So that made me slow down to say, okay, Julien, just be careful, don't break anything, otherwise the rally's finished for you.
Oh, okay.
And maybe lucky that happened. Maybe that helped me go
How
to the end
to manage,
and not push too hard. But it was quite an experience.
And you had quite a challenger too. I mean, Andrew Oxwood with his.
He had a beast.
I
mean,
every people in Tanna was
yeah,
there to see that.
They were cheering him up. I mean, that V8 just sounded perfect. It was the perfect car for those conditions.
And I remember when all the cars came in just on the base of the volcano when everyone was flying. I remember when all the cars were landing. I mean, all the crowds were cheering and clapping, and that was something. I don't think I've seen you maybe at the finish, but I mean something just appreciating the show.
Yeah, he did the show, that's for sure. Yeah. And Andrew's like that. Andrew he's here to have fun. He loves to come to Vanuatu for that reason. He's a very fast driver. He's got lots of experience. Maybe he got away on the first day, but not really looking carefully at my times, and then it's only on the second day that he saw I was leading and then tried to push to catch up. Maybe, I'm not sure. I could certainly feel that he was pushing harder on the second day than the first day, but he was definitely putting on a show for the crowd.
Yeah. And the dust. How was the driving when?
Dust was a nightmare for us, for lots of reasons. One, even inside the car, we were getting dust everywhere, in our eyes, in our ears, in our nose, everywhere. Trying to breathe in the car was difficult. And just to see in front of you, like as soon as you had someone in front or even a corner before you, he would lift so much dust that you just had to back off and just wait.
And that's why you have to trust your co-pilot.
You trust your co-pilot with the distance and the angle of the corners to try and keep the momentum, to try and keep moving and not lose too much time. But the risk is quite high. There's some big rocks on each side of the road, and if you hit those, that's it. The rally's finished for you. So just had to try and judge how fast you could go without taking any risk. And sometimes I just had to stop. It did happen.
Yes, I think I saw some. I mean, it's not, and especially when some of the cars were running against the quad bike.
Yeah.
They were leaving a lot of dust.
Yes. Yeah, that was an issue. And we didn't really think that was going to happen because we had cars there 2 months before, and the conditions were very different. The wind was totally opposite to what we got that day. Oh. And the soil, the sand was wet, was sort of very damp. So there was no dust, no issue. And then the day of the rally, when we rocked up there, we went all those wind and sand everywhere. I went, whoa, that's different. But look, those conditions were the same for everyone.
Yes.
So, you know, 1st to 10th, everyone had the same condition. Just had to deal with it.
So I heard that there were going to be a next event as well in November. Do you have more details for that?
The dates are not really completely set yet. I think they're going to come out in the next few days or maybe next week. The reason is that we're trying to get competitors from overseas. So we're trying to suit and be flexible with everyone. It might actually be the second weekend of December, I believe. But there's definitely a big rally coming up, end of the year, based at Devil's Point Super Stage, which is great also because for the spectators you can see almost all the rally, and there's 2 cars side by side, potentially maybe even a 3rd lane before that. I'm just slipping that in, but I'm not sure if it's going to happen. But yeah, Devil's Point's always been perfect for the spectators.
So did the club, the rally club, really meet their expectations?
Oh yeah, for sure. They more than meet our expectation. It's above, for sure. For different reasons. One was the crowd that was present there that proved to our sponsors that, you know, there's exposure.
Yeah. Definitely.
The images and the videos we're getting from everyone that was present over there are just superb. You know, the contrast of the colors of the car with the volcano in the background, booming and shaking and vibrating.
You can still feel it.
It's just, yeah, it's more than what we thought would happen. I mean, 6 months ago, we still didn't know if it was going to be possible or not, how many people were going to enter. We had to restrict the number of entries to 10. Now for the next one next year, we hopefully going to get enough budget to allow 30 cars to enter.
Ooh.
Well, it's going to grow very quick. You know, people from overseas all want to come now.
Oh yes, that's what. So they've seen the
image. They know it's possible. They know it's happened. Now they all want to come.
Oh, that's great.
So it's going to be huge next time. We're hoping we still get support from the Vanuatu government through the tourism office, because that also was great. Like, we all chip in, we all put money in the resorts, into the transport, into the markets, into the shops locally. So I really think I'm seeing on social media really good feedback from population in Tanna, you know, saying, oh, it's great.
I've
great
talked
that
with
you guys
the
come.
different transport drivers and even the Marianne, the resort manager at Tanna Rally, the owner. And
so after 2.5 years of complete close down for them, this was a big launch. This was, okay, let's get up and running, let's get the rooms ready, let's get the swimming pool ready. The tour operators were back in the game. So I think it's a good economical startup.
A kick
into
the...
Just a kick to go, okay, guys, time to move. Time to get back into it.
Well, thank you very much for coming into the studio this afternoon with us.
Christopher, thank you very much.
I think we'll see you maybe on another interview, maybe for the Tanna Rally event. So I'm still working on it. So just have to select the different interviews for the final video, and then we're going to release it. Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you.
Champion.
Merci.
Okay, thank you very much for following this Sports Mag with Julien and I, and we'll see you all in 2 weeks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas.